Hey everyone, it's a great day of the week. It's Dave Day as we spend more time getting some sports commentary from the Standard Speaker sports editor, Dave Seaman. Dave, I like the shirt. I like orange. That's my favorite color, so
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, let's get started. Emily's, speaking of orange, over in Weatherly, the
Nice
Wreckers. Yeah, how about it? Emily Zoshin, first ever gold medalist, first ever person to win a gold medal at Weatherly in track and field. She's only a sophomore, I think, Dave, so that's very incredible. Steve Stallone had a great article when she won the District 11 championship. She said, this has been like my whole goal all year. My coach, Jonathan Kiddish, passed away last summer, and then I just trained 10 times harder because I knew this was my main goal for him. I knew I had to do this for him. I am just really happy I won. So a great story there, Dave, for her, for the school, and you said Steve is going to have much more as we approach states because she'll be out there.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite an accomplishment for Emily and her school. She puts a lot of time into her track. Also an outstanding basketball player, but as a runner in a cross-country season, she did very, very well. And when she got into the track this spring, and it's tough too. It's like we talk about the Marion swimmers at times. You're competing with other teams. You don't have a team per se. You're with some athletes in your school that you get to go to different meets and you get to stay in shape that way and let's stay limbered up as far as competition goes. But for Emily to do that and keep her mind focused and her heart and her drive, and it's quite an accomplishment.
So we'll keep an eye out for her at the state track and field meet. And then last week we talked about the District 2 qualifiers. Here's some of the District 11 ones. Monica Shimko from Tamaqua. She'll be running for Army West Point next year. She is looking good heading into the 800 run championship. She was 8th in the event last year. Marion's Brenna Carnish will be competing in 2 throwing events, and there are 2 girls relay teams from Marion as well competing. Dave, the Hazelton Area High School softball team, they've made it back to the sub-regional championship. Offense explodes in their game with Scranton, but also pitcher Erica Book only no walks in that game and struck out 2 batters, so she's looking good. Always good to get good pitching right now, but according to Steve Stallone's article, now they have to battle trying to stay sharp as you have a week break.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual that you have this much time between your semifinal game and your final game. But I know Coach Heather Nat, and she's going to, keep the team focused and fresh. They've hit all year, so I don't think hitting is going to be the problem. Defensively, they've been very, very sound. If a team hits the ball against them, they're usually going to make plays. Just the case, where those hits land sometimes. But they'll be battle tested. They'll be ready to go. They had a lot of close games at the end of the season too to prepare for the district playoffs and beyond. A lot of the girls have played last year when they made that state playoff run last year. So there's experience there, and then the newcomers too. They have a world of experience on the travel ball circuit. So those kids have played on a lot of competitive softball.
You're not worried about rust. This is a very, very experienced team. MMI, the Preppers, they're moving on to the District 2 Single A championship game. Now this is in the District 2/11 sub-regional. So if they win there, they'll go to the sub-regional championship. Winner will go to states, but they will take on Forest City from the Lackawanna League. And the Preppers, Dave, they've been looking. They said they got the killer instinct in the article in the Standard Speaker in that game, in their victory in kind of, I guess, the semifinals to move on to the final in District 2, but it's all crazy in the sub-region.
It's definitely crazy. It's a new experience for them all, but Coach Sean McLaughlin said that at the beginning of the season. They're a smaller school, no doubt, when they play against the other teams in their conference during the season. So they're going to be challenged throughout the season. Their record might not indicate how good of a team MMI might have. You only hope, as Joe Flanagan always says during the basketball season, that you get better during the season. You use your non-league schedule and your league schedule to get you ready for the end of the season, and that's what MMI has done. They've won 4 of the last 5 games, getting ready for playoffs, beating the teams at their level. They've beaten Weatherly, they've beaten Lincoln Leadership now, and beat them handily. Now you play another team on your level, Forest City, you win that game, you win the district championship, and like you said, you get into a sub-regional final, and who knows, you win that game and you get in a state tournament, and a successful season.
And what's also really nice, hey, you want to win that district championship game, but they're going to get to play at PNC Field, which is a great place to be, so that's a nice reward, too, for all that they've accomplished. Dave, let's finish with the NBA. I'm not the biggest NBA guy, but I know the Golden State Warriors running wild right now like the Ultimate Warrior did back in his WWE days, just going crazy. 12-0 to the NBA Finals. I think first team to do that. My question to you, and I don't know if you can answer it, the Celtics or the Cavs, can they possibly stop them, or is this just Golden State making up for last year? Because I'm sure they're a little angry about what happened.
I think so, and don't forget they have Kevin Durant, too. They didn't have Kevin Durant last year, too. So Warriors, I think, are on a little bit of a mission this year. People forget they won the championship 2 years ago and were up 3-1 on the Cavs last year, too, before losing that series. I'm sure a certain guy from Cleveland's going to have something to say about that, because LeBron James, he's on a mission, too, just to win every game that he plays.
I hear he's having good playoffs, too.
He is until the fourth quarter the other day, but let's not hold that against him, because he's the best player in the game, and he willed the Cavs to the title last year, and he'd like nothing better than to derail the Warriors this year.
All right, well, Dave, thank you so much. And as we have so much coming up in local sports and national sports, make sure you're checking out the Standard Speaker every day. And, of course, stay tuned here on SSPTV News.